Am I the asshole for commenting on a coworker's unhealthy lunch choices? I've been working at my current job for about 3 years now, and overall we have a pretty friendly office environment. Most of us get along well and we're all fairly open with each other. One of my coworkers, Dave, who is 42 years old, has been at the company longer than I have, and he's generally a nice guy. But over the past few months, I've noticed something about him that's been bothering me. Every day, Dave brings in fast food for lunch. And I'm not talking about the occasional burger or fries, we're talking every single day. Burgers, fried chicken, large sodas, pizza, you name it. It's like a parade of unhealthy meals. And while I'm no health nut, I try to make relatively balanced choices when it comes to food. I usually bring a salad or leftovers from home, something with vegetables, some lean protein, the usual. So, watching Dave day in and day out, I couldn't help but feel concerned. It's not just his lunch that caught my attention though. Dave constantly complains about how tired he is, how much his joints hurt, and how he can't keep up with the rest of us when we're out on site for work. We often have to walk long distances for certain projects, and he'll lag behind, breathing heavily and making remarks about how tough it is for him to keep up. He's carrying a lot of extra weight, and it's obvious to me that his food choices are part of the issue. I've overheard him talking about how he's struggled with weight for years, and sometimes he mentions how much he hates how he feels, but nothing seems to change. So the other day, when we were all sitting in the break room and he started digging into yet another fast food lunch, I made a comment. It wasn't meant to be rude or hurtful. I thought I was being helpful. I casually said something like, "Hey Dave, have you ever thought about switching up your lunches? Eating healthier might help with some of the issues you've been having, like your joints and energy levels." Dave just stared at me, clearly not expecting that. He didn't say much at first, just kind of shrugged and mumbled something about how he's been eating this way for years. I didn't push it, but the room felt noticeably tense after I spoke. A few of my other coworkers were sitting with us, and I could tell from the looks on their faces that they didn't think my comment was appropriate. Later that day, one of my coworkers, Sarah, pulled me aside and said that Dave was pretty upset about what I'd said. Apparently he felt like I was judging him for his food choices, and it hurt his feelings. Sarah also mentioned that some of the other coworkers thought my comment was out of line. She said, "Look, we all see what he eats, but it's not our place to say anything. You made him feel bad and now it's awkward." I was honestly taken aback. I hadn't meant to offend Dave, and in my mind I was just trying to offer some advice. It's hard to watch someone complain day after day about their health and not say anything when you can see a clear connection between what they're eating and how they're feeling. I thought, maybe suggesting a small change could make a big difference for him, but now I'm wondering if I overstepped. The thing is, I've struggled with my own health in the past. A few years ago I made some big lifestyle changes, eating better, exercising more, and it completely transformed how I felt. I guess part of me wanted to share that with Dave, thinking that if I could make those changes, maybe he could too. But now I'm wondering if I was projecting my own experience onto him when he wasn't ready or willing to hear it. Since then, things have been a bit awkward between me and Dave. He's still eating fast food every day, still complaining about his aches and tiredness, but now there's a weird tension whenever we're in the break room together. I haven't brought it up again, but I can't shake the feeling that I was just trying to help, and maybe people are overreacting. But on the other hand, I can see how my comment might have felt like an attack, even if I didn't mean it that way. No one likes to feel judged, especially when it comes to something as personal as food and health. I've been on the receiving end of comments like that before, and I know how hurtful they can be, even if the person means well. So now I'm second-guessing myself. Was I the asshole for bringing up Dave's lunch choices? Should I have just stayed quiet and let him do his own thing, even though he constantly talks about how unhappy he is with his health? Or was it fair for me to make a comment considering the circumstances? I'm genuinely confused, and I don't know if I was trying to help or if I crossed a line.